How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have a podcast with us tonight, the Everyman Podcast, and they can say their names and what they do.
Brandon, thank you for having us. My name is Justin Vigil, and I am the co-host of the Everyman Podcast with my brother,
Daryl Campbell. Let's do this.
Awesome. So my first question, guys, we kind of alluded to it on our interview, but like, how did you start out the Everyman Podcast, and like, how did you guys become friends, basically? Like that, I think that we need to know about that.
You know, we've never told the Daryl and Justin origin story, have we?
We
haven't. We
There's
haven't.
a first for everything.
We are.
You get Audio Addiction's getting the exclusive. So, Daryl and I met when Daryl is he can speak for himself about his profession, but Daryl does work for NFL Films, and Daryl had come across my band Extractus, and they were looking for a metal track for National Metal Day a few years ago, and the stars aligned and the Cosmic Canoe began its journey, and Daryl invited me down to NFL Films, and we met, and we just we clicked, we hit it off, and that's pretty much the tale of the friendship right there, and we just we found out that we kind of had a lot in common with the way that we kind of look at the world and what we're all about. And even though we're from two different places and different upbringings, and we are, I'm not quite as athletic as Daryl. Somehow we found a way to.
Dude, you're still athletic, man, dude. Don't get it twisted, man. Like, being a drummer is ridiculous, man. You have to have unbelievable hand-eye coordination skills, unbelievable, cardio. Like, you got to go for miles, man, and then you got to be ready for that encore performance too. So don't get it twisted, man. Brother Jay, you are definitely an athlete for sure.
Wow. Come on.
No.
I'm the scrappy to his Scooby Doo. You know what I mean? When people see Daryl and I together, we make quite the pair.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
So would you concur that is truth, Daryl? Is that how the meeting went on your end?
Yeah, I definitely say that's how the meeting went on my end as well. I'd only add the fact that I literally consider Justin my brother. Like, I know two different moms and everything, but I think cosmically, we are branded kin for life, man. And it's been nothing but a blessing, along the Everyman trail, and even before then, just talking about life in general, man. The stuff that we have in common is the stuff that's going to bond us well past podcasts and technology. We're going off into infinity with this thing, man.
That's okay, though. That's the audio addiction way, is when we take a massive tangent and then we circle back to the birthplace of each question. So that's what we got to do.
I do want to tag one thing on there to answer your question about the podcast. So Daryl and I had been, after we had the opportunity to do the music there, Daryl and I had we knew that we needed to work together on something, and we were both looking for an idea on what it was going to be. We didn't know what it was, but we knew we were going to do something. And we had these. We just would have these really long phone calls, and and then getting together, coming over, and hanging out, eating pizza or whatever, and crushing Mountain Dews.
Yeah,
I started thinking, like, man, we should be recording these conversations. Like, we're covering some cool things here. And one night I just pitched in this idea, and I was like, what if we kind of told the everyman story, and that people from all walks of life, and athletes and musicians, and we kind of had one idea at the beginning, and it's kind of turned into something a little bit different, which I think is natural when you start something like this.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, really, in around January of 2019, I kind of pitched this idea to Daryl, and Daryl was like, "Dude, let's do it." And then I think 2 weeks later, we've got John Petrucci on the line, and the rest is history, man.
That is so cool, and I know we kind of touched on it in the podcast, which you should definitely go check out, guys, because it is fantastic. And as I told Justin and I was like, what you guys are doing is so cool, and I like that it's not just musicians, it's other people from different walks of life. And kind of the segue to what I'm talking about is like, who are some people that you guys would like to have on your podcast? I know it's the Everyman, but like, if you had to pick people, like, who do you feel like would align with what you're doing?
Well, I mean, Brother Jay, I know we're kind of currently trying to get Juju Smith-Schuster on with us, so we're trying to do that.
Out there in the universe,
putting that out there in the universe, and just I think, in all honesty, it's whomever, whether it's musically inclined, athletically inclined, and it could be people that we have within our own professional networks that speak that everyman language, or every woman language for that matter. That's all about positivity. That's all about pushing people forward and being conduit champions until they're they have their destiny in hand. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of people that I really admire and I look up to, and I'm really interested in people that they've gotten to a point in their life where they just say, fuck it, I'm gonna do what it is that I want to do, and I don't care if you like it or not. I'll find my audience, I'll find my lane.
Yeah.
And there's some really inspiring people out there, like David Goggins is one. He's a former Army Ranger, former Navy SEAL, one of the rare people out there that is physically capable to do both of those incredible service jobs and incredible active service for the country. I'd love to interview him because like he does, like I'll go on his Instagram page and he's literally in the 39th mile of a 60-mile run.
Crazy.
And he's like turning and doing a video just being like, get off your ass, it's time to work, like whatever you're doing. And I always think about this because he says like, you're sitting there watching TV, I guarantee you I'm out in the rain running somewhere, or I'm doing this or I'm doing that. It just inspires me. So I'd love to be able to have a conversation with somebody like David Goggins or like Jocko Willink or Theo Vaughn. I'm a big fan of his. Just these guys that are kind of positive and inspirational and are they don't really care what you think about them. They're gonna just hit you with the truth.
Yeah, audio addiction is all about that PMA, that positive mental attitude.
That's right, baby.
You got to keep doing it. You got to keep plugging at it. And again, that's why I love having you guys on, because I feel like you guys, not only doing the podcast, but also just in life being, just a mental positive force, I think is awesome. And I'm blessed to have you guys on and chatting. And thanks for being my first podcast on. Like, I haven't had anybody on this, so you're breaking barriers, guys. So
doing it.
Shouts to you guys. But,
doing it.
Obviously, audio addiction, we got to talk about music. That's the most important thing. So
Absolutely.
I guess I can't ask who your influences are. I mean, I could ask Justin, but I've had Justin on before. But who you guys been spinning? Like, what do you guys spin in your free time? Like, whether you're at the gym, Daryl, or Justin, like, what are you guys listening to currently?
Well, Brother Jay put me on Dream Theater, and so anything Dream Theater is my jam. And I know we mentioned on the podcast we had about the bromance between me and Mike Mangini. It's real. It's strong. I love that guy. Great family. Just a great man, and all the way around. And Dream Theater is a great band. And I spend them every morning at 5 a.m. when I'm at the gym, just crushing weights, just because. And I know we talked about this too, B, is just how when you listen to music and it just kind of unlocks the dormant chakras that are in your freaking, mental cortex, it just unlocks it. And you know what? Right now I'm riding a PR of 855 on hip thrusts because of Dream Theater. So I'm just going to ride that as far as I can go, bro. As far as I can go. So, yeah.
That's awesome, bro. Yeah. So right now, I'm actually into a couple weird things. Obviously, since Tool is now kind of back with a new album and they're on Spotify and everything, I've been pretty much just listening to Tool for the last 2 weeks, driving my girlfriend nuts. She's with it up until it gets to like
a certain point.
until it gets to like 8 minutes of like Native American chanting and whistle blowing and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, this is really good stuff.
And
you gotta wait.
Just like, turn it off.
You just gotta wait 20 more minutes. I'm telling you, it's gonna be great.
It's coming.
It's a hard sell sometimes. Car Bomb, I've been really Daryl, I gotta send you some Car Bomb, dog. It's they're a sick band. It's like they're all over the place. I highly recommend them. And you know, I mix it up with a little Toto too. I've been listening to a lot of Toto.
Classic, baby.
So yeah, you know, obviously Dream Theater put out a great record. This year's been awesome. I mean, just off the bat, what I've been into this year, Dream Theater, Distance Over Time, started the year off was an awesome record. Devin Townsend, which that record is not even really a way to describe it. It's a whole experience. Definitely recommend that. You know, Contortionist just dropped an EP last week, which was awesome. New Slipknot, I can't can't forget those boys. You know, North Lane, we talked about that on the podcast. And then you know, this Friday, new Tool, Fear Inoculum. So it's been an awesome summer for music for me.
Awesome, guys. Well, we're gonna keep it lighthearted, and I'm gonna ask one of my favorite questions. Daryl, I am not sure if you're a video game fan, but based off of the shirt that you were talking about when we were on the podcast, if you guys could be a video game character, who would you be?
Jeez, man. That is a loaded question.
It is.
That is loaded. Oh, I mean, it depends on the game. Like if I'm like first person shooter, I want to be like Master Chief from Halo. You know what I mean? If I'm doing a race car game, I want to be Yoshi in Mario Kart. You know, if we're talking about like, you know, fighter, I want to be Jin Kazama from Tekken. You know, like I want to be him. Like that's
a deep cut right there.
That's I love that.
That's who I want to be. If we're talking, you know, flight simulators, I am YF-22 stealth rolling through there, dropping lethal ordnance on all your rice. Whatever. I'm killing you, man. It's just what it is. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to do.
There you go.
That's what I want to do.
I love those answers, all of them, Daryl.
Yeah, those are all great. I didn't expect you to say that you were going to be an airplane. Was it weird?
I mean, you got to go there, man. You got to go there.
Makes sense. I mean, I was just playing Ace Combat not too long ago with, you know, get my flight stick. You know what I mean? It's pretty sick. What character would I be? Well, you know what? See, I've kind of thought about this before, so I've got a good answer.
You've thought about it more, because I'm almost positive I asked you the same question.
Yeah, and so I think now, you know, my needs now are different than, you know, my needs maybe in 2016.
Sure.
I really think it would be interesting to be like Machamp.
Oh,
because you'd be like, you know, technically Pokemon are, you know, game characters.
Yeah.
And you know, you're a humanoid. But you get the benefit of, you probably don't have to pay taxes because you're a Pokemon. But you could wear. I could still wear my Yeezys because I have humanoid feet.
Flex.
You know, I could flex all day. In that regard, I could also be a sick drummer with 4 arms.
You're right.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Really
not to mention the discipline that would come from being born, bred, and raised a karate champion.
Right.
True. Very true.
I don't really think there's a better fit for me in 2019 heading into 2020 than a Machamp.
Listen, you're all about the Pokemon train here at Audio Addiction, you know, family.
There you go.
We got the Funko Pop gang going. So I don't know. I equally love both of your answers. I mean, I feel like I'm a little bit biased since I like know Justin, but Daryl, dear Jesus, you got some good ones too.
Yeah, I gotta go there, man.
I gotta give you them props.
Because F-22 is probably the only weakness of my choice. So that's why it's probably the better pick.
Awesome, guys. Next question is another music one. If you were trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one album you could listen to, what would it be?
Man, one album that I could listen to, and what would it be? I'm gonna let you go hit that one first, brother Jay. You gotta hit that one first.
Mine would be Catch 33 by Meshuggah. I I listen to that record probably 3 times a week. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's like I love it so much I could put that on and fall asleep to it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And you know, the intensity, you would think, oh, how are you going to sleep to that? But it's just, I just love it so much that it would just lull me. It does for me whatever I needed to do. Like if I needed it to put me to bed, I probably could. If I needed it to work out at the gym, you know, or make a long drive or keep me up, you know, it'll do that too. So yeah, I'm a big Meshuggah fan. So Catch 33 for me.
You know what? This is
me cracking coconuts to that. You know, just it would get me in a nice rhythm to do construction, you know, to build my shelter, drainage systems, irrigation, all that stuff.
I can't say group album, but I'm gonna go with a soundtrack. Honestly,
okay.
Mortal Kombat original soundtrack,
dude.
Halcyon on and on, 10 minutes of just clandestine spirit. I love it. Yeah, that's it.
Amen.
That's for me.
I'm pretty sure that was the #1 grossing original soundtrack of all time until Titanic came out.
That's the one. That's the one.
I'm fairly certain that's accurate. And to think, like, My Heart Will Go On. It took My Heart Will Go On to dethrone that.
Oh, dude. You test your mic, bro. You already know what it is. It's happening.
I can't wait for this next Mortal Kombat movie because, you know, somebody's going to redo that song and it's going to be sick.
I hope they do it like they did Doom, where they just meddled it out, you know, like you know, giving you an idea. It's Mortal Kombat. Where you
let the bodies hit the floor. Let's do it.
There we go, guys. Well, we're gonna keep it short and sweet. Obviously, tell them about the Everyman Podcast, what you got going on in the next couple months, and obviously where they can find you on social media.
Absolutely,
do it.
So the Everyman Podcast, really what it's about, my brother, is about positivity and growth and development. And, you know, we're not trying to tell anybody how to live their life or what to think or where to go or what to do. We're just sharing stories that mean something to us, whether it's friends of ours that we've crossed paths with over the time in our travels that we think that maybe they could add something to your life. And if we can be just 45 minutes to an hour and a half of sunshine in your day, that's what we're going for every week. And the podcast, Everyman Podcast, is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Play, YouTube. Soon we will be conducting experiments involving low atmospheric drone delivery systems to just drop down little flash drives filled with episodes on you. So that's something that I've got in the works. We've got actually some cool stuff, and I would like to I'd like to pop the news here if you don't mind.
Oh, do it.
Yeah,
word up.
A little exclusive. So Everyman Podcast had a great opportunity this past week. We're going to be doing some work with the Philadelphia Union of Major League Soccer, and it's going to be really cool. So we're branching out into the world of football, as our European fans like to call it, and we will be calling it soccer. The Everyman Podcast, and we've got a really cool back to school special with Mike Mangini coming up this week. You know, obviously the media crossover event of the century, this Swapcast. You know, we got a lot coming, and check us out. You know, thank you for bringing us on. It's been awesome spending some time with you tonight, and you know, from me to you. It's makes me so happy to see you fulfilling your goals and your dreams, brother. And just keep it going for us, man. We're pulling for you,
man. This is awesome, bro.
Likewise. And, you know, listen, we're all about that major positive force in life. So I have to give massive props to not only Daryl, but also Justin for coming on. Please, like, if there's anything that I could co-sign, it is definitely the Everyman Podcast. I've been friends with Justin for a very long time, and when he started doing this podcast earlier this year, I was so on board. So definitely go check out their stuff. Like, It's awesome. Like, it's really good. They
Thank you,
have
brother.
such a great conversation. They are great. It's almost as if you guys have been doing it for like a long time. Like, it's crazy. So your growth and your professionalism and stuff like that is fantastic. And please go check out our podcast, which I'll link in the description below when it comes out. And definitely go check out Everyman Podcast. It is wicked. You'll love it. Daryl and Justin are hilarious, and you should definitely go just check out their other stuff, because it is cool to get perspectives not only from like athletes but musicians and whoever else they get on in the future. It's I'm excited to see your guys' growth as well. So much love, salutes to you guys, and if you enjoyed this interview, make sure to share it, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. And thanks, of course, the Everyman Podcast for coming on.
Thank you for having us, man. Be good.
Thanks,
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com, and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.